Are you afraid that if you buy a property this year that it will be worth less the day you move in than the day you offered on it? Well, you shouldn't be afraid that that's going to happen because if you buy a property this year, it's for sure going to happen. If you are living here in my market of Surrey, BC, but very likely across the entire country. Since the start of the pandy, we have seen absolutely amazing price growth, 15% in the year 2020, and since then in 2021, another 23% on top of that. And the last time we saw that type of growth was in a single year of 1981, when the market increased 43% and then decreased 31% by 1982. Oh, yeah, I did mention I found a ton of historical data thanks to Andrew Stevens out of Halifax, Nova Scotia, who pointed me in the right direction to find CREA's stats archives. So thank you, Andrew. And if you are interested, his channel is linked down below in the description. And because now my thoughts are that our market likely will decline much like it did in the early 80s, for more on that, check out this video. I want to dive into those CREA archives to find out what we should expect in the future. And well, looking into my crystal ball, all I can really see at the moment is you clicking the like button for the YouTube algorithm.
Nice.
And subscribing to the channel to stay up to date on the real estate market here in Surrey, BC. And as a thank you for clicking the like button and helping me get this information out to even more people, here is a picture of the first ever albino tortoise born into captivity. And here's another one with his mom. All right, as I said, this year is starting to resemble the market as it looked in the early 80s. With massive inflation, skyrocketing home prices, skyrocketing interest rates, and pre-production of a new hit TV show called Night Court. Yep, they're bringing back Night Court. Look it up. So looking back at historical data from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board in 1980, the average home costs about $83,000. They jumped 43% the following year to $120,000, and then immediately fell by 31% back down to $83,000. And that has me feeling like the exact same thing could happen here today because a house was $720,000 in 2019. In 2020, that raised to $826,000, and then it jumped even more in 2021 to over $1 million. Wait, did I clarify this? Maybe I should. This is all residential homes in the Fraser Valley. And this has me worried because not only are prices going to continue to fall, but who's going to play bull in the reboot? Yes, we are all worried that home prices are falling, and we're scared that we're never going to see those record high prices ever again that we saw in February and March of 2022. After all, the market here in the Fraser Valley has seen a year-over-year decrease 8 separate times since 1980, meaning that 32 times the market actually increased, and it only stayed flat in the year 2000. In fact, on average, over the last 42 years, the market increased 6.9% per year. Now, when the market did decrease, it decreased on average by 6.3%. And if you remove 1982 from that equation, the average loss over the 7 remaining years was only 2.7%. But if you look at the years that we saw increase, that 32-year average for an increase was 10.4%. And because we removed 1982 from the previous calculation, let's take out the best 2 years of 1981 and 2021, and still the market average increase was 8.9%. On top of that, only 1984 and 1985 saw consecutive losing years. And that points out that if 2022 ends up being a bad year, that 2023 likely won't be. And then when the market actually does take off, it normally runs for an average of 5 years before it sees its next decrease. And since 1982, only 1995 and believe it or not 2012 saw the biggest decreases of 4%, leaving 1982 as the anomaly in the market. And those sellers only lost money, well, because they didn't book a call with me right now down below in the description with just a few simple clicks at a time that worked best for them. But let's get back to the increases. Of all of those years that saw increases, that was 32 of them, 16 were double-digit increases, meaning that 50% of the time when we do see an increase, it's more than 10%, proving that, yes, the real estate market is cyclical. And also, yes, every 5 years or so, you should expect a bad year in real estate. And that bad year translates to you losing value on your home from the previous year. But this all means that if you own real estate for 4 out of every 5 years, you're going to make a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. So don't be afraid if now is the right time for you to purchase a property. Is it the best time for you to buy real estate? Well, no, probably not. The best time for you to buy real estate would have been 1982. But that's gone unless you have a time machine, so you're stuck here in reality with me, where you will be absolutely just fine as long as you can continue to make your payments. And remember to put a 5 or 10-year plan in place when you're purchasing either your principal residence or an investment property, because you actually do have a time machine, and that time machine is now, because any purchase you make now is going to look amazing in 20 years or 40 years, because a purchase, even at the absolute peak of the market, is going to look pretty good in the future. Thanks so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. Check out my listings on Instagram using the link below, and we'll see you in a couple of days.